So I saw this image the other day and I listened to part of a conversation being had about Black people in America having to work twice as hard as everyone else. Something that I heard when I was younger, when I was a kid growing up. My mom would tell us, my brothers and sister, she would tell us that as Black people in America, you have to work twice as hard to achieve half as much sometimes. I heard it, but it wasn't until I got older that I actually understood it or what it means, at least what it means to me. My mom wasn't just talking about grinding harder to become a doctor or lawyer or honor roll student. She meant something a little deeper than that. She meant that because of the stigma and the stereotypes that follow Black Americans, the images and narratives pushed nationally and even worldwide through media, music, news, magazines, culture, right? We often have to work twice as hard to disarm people's preconceptions before we even get to the regular work. I've talked to and worked with plenty of people who were born and raised in other countries, and their view of Black Americans is shaped by what's exported. Black Americans are violent. Black Americans are rude. Black Americans are aggressive. Black Americans are fill in the blank with something that's negative. That's what gets exported. And then white Americans represent the American dream. So you date them, you marry them, you have kids with them. That's the picture that a lot of folks who weren't born in this country see before they've ever even met an actual Black American in real life. So when you're carrying around that weight, when the default assumption is the stereotype, the twice as hard starts to, you start to think like, hey, I'm not that picture. I'm different. You speak different. You act different. You show up different. You show up consistent. You remain calm just to open some of the doors that other people just walk right through. Only then do you begin to put in the normal work of studying, training, building, performing at the same level as everybody else. That's the double load my mom was talking about when we were growing up. And even inside of our own community, we see it too. You got a lot of Black people who differentiate between Black people, and that's an internal line that we draw to separate ourselves from the behavior that feeds the stereotype. It's a way to say, I'm not that, so don't put me in that box. This ain't about me making excuses. It's just about acknowledging the extra friction that exists for foundationally Black Americans within this country. So the first half of twice as hard is dismantling the narrative, and the second half of twice as hard is still putting your head down and putting in the work and excelling anyway to become the doctor, the lawyer, the professional, the stand-up citizen, the good parent, the you fill in the blank. Does it apply to every situation? No. But does it apply to enough situations? Yes. Across enough contexts? Yes. So that same wisdom that my mom was passing down still resonates today.